Hey guys, Kevin and Larry here. Welcome to the class. For those of you watching later, so today what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a video on how to export your mix and then how to upload your mix. Because for the next 2 weeks we're going to be listening to mixes that you have submitted. So and this next video is going to show you how. So just a quick little recap, Larry, if you don't mind me jumping in. For the next 2 weeks, I think next Monday is the 28th.
Yes.
We will be doing class on the 28th, and I will be listening. Larry and I will be listening personally to mixes that you submit between now and then. And then the last date, which we haven't set, but the last time we're going to be listening to mixes will be March the uh, 7th.
Seven.
7th. That's the last Monday that we meet together for class, and then you go to spring break, and that'll be awesome. So Larry's going to have a link for you. I don't know exactly where it is, but Larry's will tell you where it is. But this video that we're about to show will show you how to do all of that stuff. Larry, anything you need to add before we get started?
Nope. The link is in your Moodle shell, by the way, for your upload. And this will be required for your midterms. So, and we want to hear them, and Kevin can help you. So, you want to work on those mixes, do what he says. He goes line by line. Pay attention to what he's doing. He's telling you quite a few important things. So, yep, sit back,
Okay.
relax, and he'll walk you.
Yeah, none of it's a shorter video, but there's a lot of
Yep.
steps, and Larry's got a PDF of every step and every setting. Okay, so fear not. Okay,
Fear
it
not.
looks like there's 3 people here. Be sure you comment in the side here, and 4 people, and let's see
Awesome.
who all's here. Okay, all right. So what's up, Mark? We will go and start the video now.
Carl and
I'm
Jerry.
going to show you how to get your mix exported so that the rest of the world can hear what you've done. We have to render what you've done out to a stereo mix. And this is a stereo mix that you can listen to on your iPhone, a stereo mix same that you can upload to Spotify, CD Baby, whatever you decide to do. Here's what I would recommend first. This is the project folder, and this is where my file is for this session. This is what you open and you've mixed on. Inside this folder, you'll see an audio files folder, and you'll see a couple of session files. What I'm going to do is add a folder to this project folder and put it in here. And then we're going to name this folder Bounces. Another way you can do it is go to File and New Folder, and then drag the folder inside here. Or you can open up this and then hit File, New Folder. Either way you do that is fine. But I've already created the folder, so you'll need to do that, and I've called it Bounces. You can also call it Mixes, but just call it Bounces for now. That's the first thing you're going to do, because this is the easiest way to keep your session organized. I would highly recommend keeping your session organized, keeping all your audio files in one place so that you know where they are. With that in mind, now that we've got that folder created, that's the first thing you need to do is create a Bounces folder in your project folder. Okay? Now the second thing we're going to do is make sure that we've got the mix sounding the way we want to. So I'm going to back it up here. I'm going to be looking at the levels down here. And we're going to make sure that it's anywhere from -5 to 0. You really don't want it to peak. If it peaks every now and then, once a song maybe, twice a song, it'll be okay, but try not to let it peak.
The moon shining big and bright. Its lights dancing on the river tonight. Heaven's never far away. On an Alabama summer day.
Okay, you see right here, I'm at -3, and the average level is around -15, I think. And that's fine, that's acceptable. Okay, so now that I've got everything kind of sounding the way I want to, I didn't spend any time on this mix, probably less time than you have. But now once you've got your mix to where you want it, what we're going to do After we've checked the levels and made sure everything's good, you don't want your levels way down here, and you don't want them peaking all the time. So I've got mine in a good place. Once you get yours in a good place, let's do this. Let's zoom out a little bit, a lot actually, by hitting the minus key on your keyboard. It is right above the P and right to the left of the delete or backspace. So what we're going to do is go to this line that has the bar numbers, and we're going to click it and select it, and we're going to pull it all the way across to the end of the file. Now, the reason we're doing this is because we don't want to print our mix with all of this blank space in the beginning. So we're pulling it all the way to the end. This is pretty clean at the end. Let's zoom in here and make sure that since the drums start the song off, we want to make sure that the drums don't get cut off here. If you've got it too far, you can actually adjust it by grabbing the end point here and pulling it. You see it has to turn into that modified plus sign there with the arrows on it. So now that we've got it selected, everything that we're going to bounce, so this is called the bounds. We're setting the bounds of the export, okay? So now we're going to go to File, and then we're going to go to Render. And if you notice there's a shortcut there, you can use that shortcut as well. We're going to click Render, and I'm going to give you the settings for this, okay? And I'll explain them briefly as we go. So the source of the render, you want to be this fader here, and this is called the master mix, okay? This is master mix fader, so we're going to select master mix. That's the output source. Now there's several bounds that you can export. We're going to do time selection because we've got time selected on the song. And if you notice, the start at 24 seconds and ends at 3 minutes and 58 seconds. But that's the time selection we have, okay? The next thing we're going to do is we're going to select the directory. Now this is where the 2-track mix is going to. So once we export it to 2 tracks, this is the folder we're going to put it in. Now, this is why we created the bounces folder, because I want you to hit Browse, Browse for Directory, and then I want you to go to your folder that you created. Mine is on Drive 1. Mine is called Mix Coach Projects, Alabama Summer Day Simple, and then Bounces. That's where these mixes are going to go. So once I've selected it, I hit Open, and if you can see the whole path name down at the bottom and at the top. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is name the file. And if you have the file named, it'll say whatever this says at the top here. Alabama Summer Day Mix, Kevin Ward. This is exactly what I want you to do. I want you to do Alabama Summer Day Mix dash your name. Okay? Then I want you to go down here to Options and hit 44.1. Now you have several options here, but this is 44.1. You don't have to understand this, but this is what we need to export at. And then also it needs to be stereo. And then we're going to do full speed offline. And what that's going to do is you won't hear the mix, but it will print it as fast as your computer is capable of doing. Okay? Going down a little bit more, we're going to go to the format, primary audio output format. We're going to go to WAV. WAV is called a WAV. We're going to do a 24-bit PCM. And then this section is good. Now, I want this to be selected, silently increment file names to avoid overwriting. So I'm going to select this, and then we are ready to go. So all we need to do is hit render one file, and when I hit this, you will see how fast my computer is, and you'll see how fast your computer is, because it will render it faster than real time, like this. Just like that, it's printing the mix. Faster than we could ever even recognize the song. And then it says Reaper Render Complete. Okay, so now what we're going to do is go to that folder that we created, and if you'll notice, there's a mix in here called Alabama Summer Day Mix, Kevin Ward .wave, and this is what we're going to upload, which is going to be the next step. Larry should have sent you a link for you to upload this mix, and that's what we're going to cover next. So in your browser, if you need to copy and paste this link, or hopefully you can just click the link and you'll go to this. When you go to this page, you'll get a request from me. Kevin Ward sent you this request. Casper Alabama Summer Day Mixes. What you want to do is hit Add Files, and then files from computer, and then you need to go and find that folder again that we created, Mix Coach Projects. Here, Alabama Summer Day Simple, which is my folder. Then go to Bounces, and then select this file. And when you find it, you can see some of the information that we've created. Its sample rate is 44.1, and the bits per sample is 24. That's what we set up in the folder. You can also see that the song is 3 minutes and 34 seconds long, and when it was created, and how big the file is. Just a bunch of nerd kind of things to check out. But when you hit open, it will queue this up for you. And then when you hit upload, you can see that it's uploading it now. 1 minute left. Now, you're finished uploading your mix. So after you do this, we can listen to your mix. Thanks for hanging in there. Thanks for submitting your mixes, and I will see you soon. All right, pretty straightforward for you guys. So Larry, I think I might have misspoken. You said the link is not. It's somewhere other than where I mentioned.
Well, you said I emailed them directly, and I can do
Sorry
that,
about that.
but I put them on the Moodle shell
The Moodle.
for the college. Okay.
Okay. So, and also I've emailed Larry a PDF of all the steps that you'll take. So it's really step intensive, but if you'll just follow that and check every mark that I put on there, you should be fine. And then upload your mix, and then we'll start listening to them next week. Okay.
Yes.
For the guys who are on here from Mix Coach, thanks for coming.
Yes.
Mark, Carl, Jerry. I appreciate you guys being here. I think when I set up this link for the class, I forgot to hit unlisted. So now you guys know how to export and upload a mix. So there you go.
Yeah.
Larry, anything else that we need to cover?
No, I think on our schedule, just remember that we do meet next week, the 28th, and hopefully you'll have your mixes turned in. Kevin will do some reviews and critiques, and that following week are midterms. We will use these submissions for the midterm grade and to kind of gauge how we're doing. If you have any problems on still using Reaper, exporting what Kevin just went through, make sure that you email me and I'll get in touch with you. And I also wanted to mention, Kevin moved quickly. He gave you a wealth of information. In other words, this master output volume, he didn't go into LUFS, loudness units, full scale. But what he told you about how important not being too quiet or distorting and being too loud, this is where your brothers, your sisters, your mothers, your everybody, Spotify, what you're going to sell on the internet. This is a crucial volume, how this is going to sound on all of the platforms and the formats. So, he's given you great information, export it the way he said, and he'll be watching for those volumes in addition to just the fact that you got them in, because that's very important. So that's all
Right.
I'm hearing, Kev.
Okay, cool. Well, short and sweet class tonight. You should have the link momentarily and the instructions momentarily. And if you have any questions, contact Larry or myself, and we'll be glad to answer the questions. And I'll be looking forward to Larry and I will be looking forward to listening to your mixes starting next week. Cool.
Perfect.
All right. Well, I guess we'll end it here. Thank you, Mix Coach guys, for coming, and
Yay.
we'll see you guys soon. Okay.